Hi everyone, James here, and today I'm doing my very first major LEGO haul of 2016. Now, to put it into perspective, there is a lot of LEGO on this table. There is approximately 12 sets on this table, and all of them are absolutely enormous. But I'm going to go through each one individually and just give a small bit of feedback on them. So, very first up is the LEGO Dimensions Cyborg and Cyberguard set. Now, Cyborg has become one of my favorite DC characters, and I have to say, I am loving the look of this minifig. Really interested to see what he looks like, in terms of full detail once he's out of the box, but I have to say, I'm really looking forward to see how this guy turns out. Next up on the list is actually a LEGO Bionicle set from 2015, which is the Kopaka Master of Ice set. Sorry about that. Now, I have to say, now, I didn't get the opportunity to buy this guy at the time he came out, but now that I got the opportunity to get him, he looks absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to see what he's like. I definitely know I'll be making a couple of modifications to the figure, because I'm not a big fan of the pivoting system, or the geared mechanism system, which basically allows the arm to move around, so I'll be removing that system, or mechanism, sorry, can't decide, but really looking forward to seeing what this is like. So the rest of the video will pretty much consist of Lego Ninjago and Lego City sets. So I'll start off with the Ninjago stuff. First up is the Cole's Dragon set. Truth be told, it's not very impressive. I think I got it primarily for the Cole minifig, which is still pretty cool. I am not a big fan of this Sky Pirate theme, and that'll go across the entire range, unfortunately. But the dragon itself, probably only useful for spare parts. That's probably the best thing I can say about it. But for the most part, not a bad set. Could be better. So, yeah. Next up is the Ninja Cycle Chase. I am loving this set. I've built the bikes, and both bikes are really impressive. In particular, I love Nia's bike, given how unique it is. Absolutely fantastic looking, I must say. So, yeah, actually, one of my very first favorite sets of this year. Next up is the Raid Zeppelin. Now, unfortunately, this set is very similar to that of Cole's Dragon. I got it for the Zane minifig. In fact, the Zane character I've really been liking from LEGO for the past 2 years. I've been loving a lot of their minifigs that they've brought out for him. And this version is no exception. It is absolutely fantastic. I didn't keep this little vehicle, or hovered vehicle that he's on, just didn't think it was necessary. Not a big fan of the Raid Zeppelin itself. Again, I'm not a big fan of this whole Sky Pirate theme, but for the most part, a decent set. It could have been a whole lot worse. Now, I previously said that the Ninja Cycle Chase was one of my favorite sets. This set has to be my favorite from the Ninjago wave this year. This is Jay's Elemental Dragon. Now again, the whole Sky Pirate theme, not a fan. Sorry about the background noise. The dragon itself, this thing is incredibly awesome. The sheer size, color scheme, everything about it is fantastic. Now, since getting it, I have made a couple of modifications to it. Several modifications with the head, a lot, and I want to emphasize that, a lot of modifications to the wings, and a lot of modifications to the torso, specifically around near where the minifig J sits, but for the most part, still a fantastic dragon. I love this thing. Next up is the Tiger Widow Island. Now this is actually a pretty decent set. A lot of good minifigs, a very unique build. But if there's one thing I love the most about this set, it's actually the big fig called Dogshank. Still not a big fan on the name, but love the design. I do only have one nitpick about the big fig itself, and that is, even though the name they give to the character is Dogshank, Dogshank is actually a female. So I feel a little bit, I'm not a big fan of how LEGO gave her such a masculine name. But I have to say, really do like the Big Fig design. Love the samurai-esque appearance to the Big Fig. So loving that specific aspect of the set. Overall, a lot of very unique parts. Again, actually really love the little balloon that Sensei Wu's in. So yeah, really loving this set. Next up is the LEGO City stuff, and I haven't bought a LEGO City set since 2013, which is crazy, but I'm interested to see how this turns out. So first up is the Police Pursuit, at least I hope I'm getting that name right. The one thing I love the most about this set, aside from, say, the criminal pickup truck, which is big and beefy and actually looks pretty cool, is actually the police car. Because to the best of my knowledge, I believe this is one of the very first LEGO City police cars that is very low to the ground, much more streamlined, and I have to say, actually looks quite fast. So if it of course was real. So I'm interested to see what the build of this is like. So yeah, very interested to see. Next up is a set I didn't think I would ever be buying, but this is a LEGO City Train Track expansion pack. It comes with 8 straight pieces and 16 pieces of flexi track, or flexible track. Now, I'll be explaining more as to why I got this later, so I'll put it to the side. Next up is the LEGO City Garbage Truck. Not something I thought I'd be getting, but I actually think this looks really nice. I definitely see a lot of opportunities or possibilities opening up for this set, and in another video I'll explain why, but not today. So really loving the look of this set, and I can't wait to see what it's like. Now, somewhat pun intended, this set, I have to say, is kind of like a fish out of water. Because really, I did not see this set coming in any way. And the reason I got it is because this is one of the for me personally, this is a very unique LEGO City set. It's one that hasn't really been done before and actually looks pretty impressive. Now, I do have a couple of nitpicks about the actual tower itself, as well as the command post, the command console, but for the most part, it looks pretty nice. Now, I do admit the red car itself is pretty generic, even by LEGO standards, so hopefully I'll be able to get round to modifying this, but for the most part, very nice ferry. And last but by no means least is this enormous thing. Behold the LEGO City Square. Wow. Now, to put it into perspective as to how big this thing is, it comes with 12 minifigs, just get all of them in shot, 12 minifigs, 7 vehicles, 4 main buildings or structures, and that's only to begin with. You know, this set has over 2,000 pieces. This is probably one of the biggest LEGO City sets ever to be released. And that is scary. This thing is absolutely enormous, and it's still impossible to fully show on camera. But I definitely look forward to getting this thing built. And actually, I should mention, the reason earlier that I got this train track expansion pack is because of the tram that actually comes with the set. I love the look of this tram. So I'm really looking forward to see what I can do with that. But yeah, this is probably the crown jewel of this LEGO haul. I have to say, I'm really looking forward to seeing what all of this is look like built up. So yeah, thanks very much for tuning in, everyone, and this has been my very first major LEGO haul of 2016. And until next time, everyone, take care.